Right guys, we're off now. It should be live. I didn't think I had the chat on, so anybody who's coming in, can they just, well, oh yeah, people are here. If anybody could just say if they're on, just say, put in anything in the chat just to make sure we've got the chat enabled. Yeah, cool, the chat's working fantastic. So I'll just flick it back onto me in a second. Great, this tool is fantastic. I've been on Twitter, and my Twitter handle is CleanEasy03. It just shows you how long I set that up. It was 2003. 2003 I set up Twitter, and I've never ever got Twitter at all. I just don't get it. Some people say when you get Twitter, you'll get Twitter. Well, I didn't get it, but I get this. It's such a clever tool for all kinds of different things. You can have it private, so you can do a training with your team. You can also interact with people around the world, which will come into the call. And there should be people coming into the call all the time. It's 12 people joined so far. I'll just go back to my computer for a sec. So one of the keys to get this to work is to get people to start following you on Twitter and doing something with it. If you like the video, all you got to do is tap the screen and these hearts will pop up. That's showing that you're learning something from it, which is really clever. Also, going back to the Twitter thing, the way I can see it is you maybe do some demonstration, you do some training, but you get people connected to your Facebook group on Twitter. Now that's the clever thing about this, because Twitter is going to get massive with this because it's such an addictive thing to do, but it's getting people then back into your Facebook group, which is the clever thing about it. So unfortunately, I've branded myself Gavin Scott CleanEasy03, obviously in 2015 now, which is daft, but I wish I just started it off as Gavin Scott. But probably what I'll do is start another Twitter feed and then link it completely just to a Facebook buying and selling group that we're actually using. So that's the way I see it working massively. And you'll notice that people from all over the world actually come in on the call by accident. People are looking around to see what's going on. So whatever you put in your content when you're starting off Periscope is what people will look at. So you'll pick up people around the world. So we'll learn a lot about that as well, the different things and interact with people. But there's people out there looking to make money on all kinds of different things. And we've got a fantastic system now by using Facebook to build up your own Facebook selling group. Now you can actually funnel people from different parts of the UK, Ireland and other countries we're going to go into in the future into that group, and maybe even pick up orders from around the world. So this is not just going to be about Periscope, it's also going to be about sort of helping your online shop. So if anybody's got any questions, if you can just come back and ask a question, or if people can just type in if they can hear this okay. I'm not quite sure if the chat's working here. Anybody ask a question? Well, the chat's definitely working. So if you've got a question about the online selling, some ideas you might want to have. Also, this is another thing. If somebody puts something negative on, you can actually just block it. You just click on it and then block it. So you will get some people put some daft things on. So make sure you do that as well. You get rid of the sort of negative people who come on, and sort of people that's not interested at all. So if you've got a question to help you with the online selling, also what you've got to have as well is if you're watching this, make sure you're on Wi-Fi, because if you're not, it's going to cost you a lot on streaming. So make sure you're connected to the Wi-Fi. That'll make a massive difference to how it actually does work. Now here's some tips on online selling. You've got to get, there are people posting in a lot of groups which will get you lots of orders, but the fastest way to do that is to build your own group with people you know first. Just ask if they can help. Just get involved in my online selling group, and then that'll start developing the group and growing the group as fast as you possibly can. So if you can get to around 15, 20 people of your real warm market, that's people that's in your address book, to actually join your selling group, that's going to make a massive difference. Then you can start running some competitions to expand that. So the more warm people you've got in that buying and selling group is going to make a difference, because once you put the top 20 best selling products in your buy and selling group, what's going to happen then is people are going to be started seeing them products, and because it's your warm market, they're going to comment about them products. And as you know, every time somebody bumps something on a buy and selling group, it's going to be a free push to the top of the Facebook feed. So I can't see the questions coming up here. Somebody's put on no. I'll get rid of him, block him. So anybody got any questions about how they can use this, or any tips they want to know? So the longer this stream runs, the more people will actually join. And I've obviously picked this not at a good time for our team at 11:30 on a Friday. The best time to run one of these would be in the evening at sort of 9 o'clock. And a good way also, if you've got to get people to follow you, is make sure that, because we can't type anything in at our end, it's only the people can ask questions. So make sure at some point you do a screenshot of what your Twitter ID is, so people can actually go and find you on Twitter. It's a very, very powerful way to do that. I'll just jump out of Twitter a minute and show you another way I think you can do it. We'll go into online sales tips page. Go down here. Another way you could do it, if you couldn't do it yourself, is actually go and do watch one of the demonstrations of like what people are doing with other products online. So a demonstration of a product. It's better if you do it yourself, but if you can demonstrate products as well, it gets people's interest, and then you can transfer them people that's interested across into your Facebook group as well. So it's very important that you get as many people as you can connected to your Facebook group. So if you're using videos, better if you can do your own video, because then you're branding yourself. So when you do a demonstration like of the wipeout stain remover, which is absolutely amazing, then what you can do is then share that with your own following on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube channels. So get your brand all together so that people are following you as much as possible. Obviously, you can stick some stories about people making lots of money down the system as well. The more people are getting stories going down the system will add to the growth of it as well. Now, if you get the timing right and the keywords right, you'll get a lot of people joining. I don't know if I've lost the stream for a while because there wasn't many hearts coming up. But if you just tap on the screen, that'll send a heart up, which means you're actually watching the video. For the people that's watching it as a delayed time, because what happens with this as well, it's recorded for 24 hours. So anybody that comes into my Twitter feed and sees this, they'll actually see the recording. And then they can watch it. But if it's a good one, what I'll do is actually then it gets recorded to your phone video, which then you have an option to actually upload to YouTube, so you can actually store that training as well. So just some other tips: make sure if you're just coming on this, make sure you're not using your on Wi-Fi, because if it's not, it's going to burn lots of data. So the stats since this started, it's only been going a couple of months. But it's amazing how fast it's actually growing. I watched a video if you go into the search when you finish with this and put in someone like Eric Wald, who did the GoPro. I watched a fantastic training he did the other night where he was on the call just like myself, and then basically what he did, he went and had a conference call, a girl phoned in on a speakerphone, and she was talking about how many people she was sponsoring using Facebook. And on that call, there was 1,300 people on that call, just plugged into watching it. Now, that would never happen with Twitter. So it's a much powerful way of doing it. It's easy to set up, and it's an easy way to share the opportunity. So it's a fantastic tool to actually do it. So just for the people coming back in, just go back to sort of my Twitter feed again to show you what you've got to get it set up. In the edit button, which is over the other side when you're on there, you then go and set it up. So on your profile, it's connecting back to your Facebook group, and I've obviously got my Google Plus group here as well, which isn't as big as the Facebook one, but it's a massive way of getting more people into your group by demonstrating products. Yeah, Eric. I don't know how often he does it because I'm new to this as well. I've only been on a couple of days. David Miller got me onto it. He'd been for Eric Wald with all the trainings he's been doing online. But Facebook is a way to get into more people than we've ever had before. All the old ways still work, the cards, the flyers, the stickers, the car stickers and everything. But Facebook is a huge community of people, and there's so many people out there looking for a way to make some extra money from home, and we can actually show them now. So make sure you get connected on that. I'll just, if anybody's got any questions, I'll answer the questions. Anybody struggling with online selling, or anybody got any tips? Anybody want to share a tip in the comment? Well, just while you're here, I'll just go and do some recognition for the team. I've just put up the top sponsors, so I'll show you the top ones here. See if this comes in okay. We've got a joint top at the top this period with Dave Birchwhistle and Stacey Thomas. They've both done 10. So if it's a draw, what I'm going to do is find out who's done the most retail as a tiebreaker. So that's fantastic. Well done to them. And it's just going to accelerate now as we go into this fantastic new K-Life catalogue coming out in a second. Yeah, I'd said it, you could have your Twitter feed. There's a good question popped up. I could have your Twitter feed as what is the name of your Facebook group. That would be a good idea because they're linked all together. So, well, Mary Mullins there saying well done from Dave. I'll just go back to show you the top PSG because there's some fantastic stories coming from Ireland on that. There's a top PSG. Fantastic ladies just come in there and done 14,000. She's straight in at top PSG, so that's fantastic. So well done there. There's some amazing growth, and there's a lot of it's coming through Facebook and getting orders through Facebook and then dropping the catalogues up for people's houses. Because there's so many houses that never even open our fantastic catalogues. You know, they prejudge to show what's actually going on. That they don't think there's anything good in the catalogue, yet they'll spot a fantastic one of our products on an online selling group, etc. And then when they get the order delivered, they'll not realise, oh, I didn't realise we clean easy sold products like that. Then they have a look at the rest of the catalogue and get lots of orders. So I know that's happening in Ireland. They're doing that massively. So any way you can expand that customer base online or offline gives you more profit, and it's good to be able to show the profits, what people are actually getting. So anybody got any questions? So just some tips for this. It's really easy to set up. You can just join in, have a play with it. Watch some of the other things that's going on. It's quite addictive. Yeah, that's so true. But it's so amazing, like how easy this system is to set up. I can see people being at the football matches when the season started, and wherever they are sitting in the stand, they'll have this going, and you'll be able to get a view of the football match or pop concerts. Last night I was watching some people in a nightclub in Los Angeles, and they just had the stream on, and there was about 500 people just watching what was going on in this nightclub as the music was playing. And the other night I watched was night at our time. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning Sydney time, and people were like were on the beach watching the sunrise come up, and there were some surfers there, and there was about 200 people on there, and they're just interacting all the time. So it's just like on Facebook, it's getting people to interact, get them connected to your group. If you're coming into this call again, just explain exactly how to do that. Make sure you get your Twitter feed. I'd brand yourself as what your Facebook selling group is, so you're connecting more people to that. And then make sure you have the link in the profile that's going to your Facebook page and your Twitter page. So at some point when you're doing your trainings on here, turn the screen across to actually go to your computer, and then you can actually sort of get connected. I'll just flick back to me for a second so you as you're talking away. So people will actually see you as well, if you've got any, to see you're a real person, because it's all about building a brand. It's not about spamming people. People have got to get to know you and trust you as much as possible. So it'll be interesting to see feedback on this. It's just a short one. So when it stops, that recording will be there for the people to come through the rest of the day to have a look at it. Then I'll stick it on YouTube. And probably what I'll do some more broadcasts over the weeks ahead. But it's a great way to get together with your team, to have a little sizzle, give some recognition for the people who's done well. You can set them all to private. This is going worldwide, so anybody can actually plug into it if they wanted to. So it's an amazing, amazing tool to do. So thanks for listening. Well done on a fantastic period. Next one is going to be amazing. Usually we're waiting for a Christmas catalogue coming out. Which is coming out in about 3 weeks. But the K-Life catalogue is the best catalogue I've ever seen in the nearly 24 years that I've been involved in Clean Easy. So things are going to absolutely rock and roll. Sales are going to absolutely explode. So just don't bury your head in the sand. Learn the technology. Plug into the selling training pages that we've actually got. Don't be afraid to ask any questions, because the more you learn, the more you earn. And never ever has there been in network marketing a way to do it with all the use of technology. So have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results for next period. Speak to you all soon. Bye.